Hi everyone, so today I will show you how I assembled the layers of paper to create a geometric layered pattern that I showed in my previous video. So let's get started. I have my pieces ready and I'm getting some glue on a piece of scrap paper to start. I am using the PPA matte adhesive from ArtQuest. But I think you can pretty much use any type of paper glue, really. This was the one that I had close by on my desk. And I am ready to start. So I have the sample here as I showed you in my last video. And I will be recreating this so that you're able to see how it all comes together. And I also have my hexagon pieces here ready. So I'm just gonna lay them out by size. So there should be 18 pieces here. So I actually used my Silhouette cameo machine to cut out the pieces as opposed to the sample, which I cut each individual pieces by hand and using a blade. There's a slight difference with the edges when you compare cutting out using a blade and cutting out with the cameo machine. I just feel like when I cut out using a blade, it's a lot more sharper as opposed to the slight curved edge that I get with the cameo. So I have the first two pieces here and I'm just comparing just to make sure the size is correct. And I'm gonna move some of these pieces away so that I have more space to work. So I'm just getting a piece, and I have a thing about the right section when you cut things out. Like there's a difference on the front and the back when you cut a piece out. So I'm checking to see which is the front one and applying some glue and just sticking those two pieces together. And I tend to over-check everything, like slight discoloration on the paper or whatever. So to get the edge right and precise, obviously I'm using my finger here, but I think I tried using a steel ruler to just line the edge up just to make sure that it sits there right and as close as possible to the edge. So this method really helps to keep the layers precise. So there it is. I've stuck the first two layers together. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of adjusting here just to make sure that it's exact and precise and perfect. So I have my next piece and I'm just applying some glue onto it just like before. I'm checking to make sure it's the right layer. Just a tad bit of glue on the edge. I didn't want to glue the whole piece down because I like how that little raised gap between the layers gives that subtle shadow effect. So I'm just gluing that bit of edge just to hold the pieces together. So again here I'm using the steel ruler to line the layer up against the other two layers that I already did there. And it's pretty much the same process for all the pieces. So I'm just gonna fast forward this so that you can see how it looks in the end. So that's done. That's the final layer, and I'm just matching up to a sample I already have. It's not exactly as precise as I want it to be, but I'm also keeping in mind that that's actually a sample that I created cutting out by hand, not by machine. So I think when I line this up against another set of layers that I cut using the machine, it should be better, but it's not too bad. I think that gap in between it does add a little bit of dimension. So there you have it, the final output. I'm really liking how the layers are looking, as well as the shadow casted by the layers when you look at it from different angles. So I can't wait to see how the bigger piece will look. Yeah, so that's it. Stay tuned if you want to catch up on the progress of this artwork. I'll see you soon.